Afternoon. I'm Dennis Galucki. Welcome to the 582nd Imagine Greater Buffalo program and our 203rd Imagine Buffalo YouTube production hosted by our wonderful downtown Buffalo and Erie County Public Library. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you had a nice summer. We did, and now we look forward to a wonderful autumn here in Western New York. Now, this Imagine program is created by the Center for the Study of Art, Architecture, History, and Nature, or C-SAAHN, as I like to pronounce the acronym, and ImagineLifelongLearning.com. Before we get started, just a little housekeeping. Everyone watching will be muted and your video turned off. If you do have questions or comments, please type them into the chat box and we'll go through them at the end of the presentation as time allows. We are recording this program, so you can watch it again later on the Central Library's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and we certainly hope you share the link with others. Now on to our featured speaker. Joining us today is Suzanne Ernst, who is Program Director at Explore Buffalo. As Program Director, Suzanne oversees Doors Open Buffalo, the Sacred Spaces program, the Spring Speaker Series, and the Winter History Course Series. Doors Open Buffalo, which is coming up soon on September 20th, that's a Saturday, is a day free of public access to many of downtown Buffalo's most significant buildings. Suzanne started as a volunteer docent with Explore Buffalo in February of 2018. Her study of Buffalo architecture spans back to 2006, when she started volunteering as a docent for Buffalo Tours. While completing her master's degree in history and museum studies at Buffalo State College, Suzanne curated the architectural exhibit E.B. Green's Hidden Buffalo for the Carpellis Manuscript Library Museum. In 2008, Suzanne developed and led the Doorway to Dorchester walking tour based on the houses featured in the E.B. Green exhibit. Now, prior to her position at Explore Buffalo, Suzanne was the special events coordinator at the historic Dumbarton House in Washington, D.C. from 2013 to 2017, where she managed hundreds of private events. She was the curator for the Fonce's Tavern Museum in New York City from 2008 to 2011, managing a collection of over 5,000 artifacts relating to the American Revolution, developing exhibits, and supervising the preservation of the historic 18th century tavern. Great pleasure to welcome and join me in welcoming Suzanne to Imagine Buffalo. Thank you. Suzanne, welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
All right, so I will go ahead and share my screen here as I have a presentation to share with you. Let's see, open this up and then we'll go to slides. Sorry, it's going a little slow. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Slideshow. Oh, from beginning. Here we go. All right. Well, hi, everyone. Suzanne Ernst here, and I want to thank Dennis and C-SAAHN, as well as the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library for having me today. As Dennis mentioned, I'm the program director at Explore Buffalo, and today I want to share with you an exciting event that we have coming up, Doors Open Buffalo, which will be, as Dennis said, on September 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it is a free event. Before I get into the details of the event, I just wanted to share some background about Explore Buffalo with you. So Explore Buffalo has been putting on Doors Open Buffalo since 2019. And we have been around for going on 12 years now as an organization. And we promote Buffalo's and Western New York's architecture, neighborhood, and history through quality education to learners of all ages. Now, how do we do that? Well, we have about 80 different public tours that we offer year round. This includes walking tours. Sorry, I'm just going to Okay. This includes walking tours in downtown Buffalo, in different Buffalo neighborhoods like South Buffalo, North Buffalo, as well as historic villages that surround the city, including East Aurora, Kenmore, Williamsville, just to name a few. We offer many different bike tours around the city, as well as bus tours. We currently have 2 public bus tours that we're offering, and we do 3 or 4 boat tours on the Miss Buffalo 2 every year as well. We also offer private group tours. So if you're looking to schedule a work outing with your colleagues, if you'd like to have your family come on one of our tours and just have it be for them, we do schedule private tours, and we can do any of our public tours as a private tour. You can find all of our tours on our calendar at explorebuffalo.org. We also offer educational programs. Dennis mentioned I manage our speaker series. We do one in January called our Winter History course, and we also do a spring speaker series. And these are all on the topics of Buffalo's architecture and history that are led by our docents. We also offer a guest speaker program. Now that's when our docents come to you. If you'd like to schedule a talk about Buffalo history or architecture, we have dozens of topics you can choose from on our website. And our docent will come to you, say if you have a church group or manage a library, if you'd like to have our speakers come and do a talk, we can certainly do that. We also are proud of our school tour program. So we do offer field trips to K through 12 students as well as college age students. Summer is our busiest season. And so we have 80 different tours available through the summer. Nearly 300 tours are scheduled per month in the summer. So from May through the end of August, you'll see about 300 different tours on our calendar each month, including our public tours. And who leads these tours? So we have passionate and knowledgeable docents, and we have about 250 active volunteers. 120 of them are our trained docents. We offer an annual docent training class starting in February. It's about 12 weeks long. Docents learn how to give a tour. They learn the content of the tour they'll be learning. And then they do a graduation tour with one of our experienced docents. And so they're very prepared once they're ready to give their public tours. We do run our tours rain or shine. As you can see here, our wonderful docent Anne is giving a tour in the rain, and we do offer the tours all year long. So our winter calendar is a little thinner, but we do interior tours like our Sacred Spaces series, which we give tours of Buffalo's houses of worship. We do the interior tour of Kleinhans Music Hall. And then we do a couple of tours downtown that are called Inside Downtown. So you do have to walk outside in between the buildings, but then you get to go inside of them to warm up. We do have some new tours in 2025 that we're really excited about. We do offer a series of Olmsted Parks tours. So we have added Cazenovia Park this year. Our popular cemetery tour series, we have added Mount Calvary and Holy Cross cemeteries. New to our Sacred Spaces lineup this year has been St. Louis Roman Catholic Church, and every tour they've done this year has sold out. That seems to be a very popular destination. And we have added a brand new bus tour this year called Rolling with FLO or Flow for Frederick Law Olmsted, and that is the Olmsted Parks in Buffalo bus tour. We do have new bike tours this year, and they're focused on the Erie Canal. We are celebrating the bicentennial of the opening of the Erie Canal this year. So we have 3 different bike tours that we are offering along the canal this summer and fall. And a new neighborhood that we added this year in South Buffalo is the Abbott McKinley neighborhood. And again, you can find all of these tours on our website, explorebuffalo.org. So on to our main topic, Doors Open Buffalo, September 20th, free event from 10 to 4. And some fast facts about this event. Runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Not all buildings are open the entire time. Most of them are, but be sure to check on your building listing if they are open the whole time. We are offering a quiet hour. This is the second year that we've been doing this. And so what this means is people who have sensory needs or need a more quiet atmosphere can come an hour early before the crowds arrive. And we will have about 4 buildings open for quiet hour. Doors Open Buffalo is free and open to the public. It is a day of touring public, historic downtown Buffalo buildings for free. Some of them the public sometimes doesn't have any access to otherwise, or they are buildings the public may have access to, but you get to do some behind the scenes touring in those buildings. We have 35 participating buildings, so there's lots to see. All of the buildings are within a 1-mile radius of the Buffalo Convention Center, so it is a very walkable tour. You can visit any building you want in any order at your own pace. It's kind of a choose your own adventure event. You can visit just one location if there's just one you're interested in. You can challenge yourself to see them all. In the 6 years that we've been running this event, I only know of one person that has seen all of the buildings in one day, and they were really just trying to set that record of seeing all of them rather than getting into the information about each building. But it's possible to do because he did it. The average visitor does see about 5 to 8 locations in one day. You can see our full list of participating buildings you can type doorsopenbuffalo.org in your browser or explorebuffalo.org/doorsopenbuffalo. We would not be able to put on this event without the very generous support of our sponsors. And so I just wanted to give them an acknowledgement here. And one of those sponsors, of course, is C-SAAHN, who is hosting us today. So thank you so much for your support. So I wanted to do a little preview of some of the buildings that will be on the tour. So I wanted to start out with one of our most visited buildings every year, and that is Buffalo City Hall. That opened in 1931, and the architects were Dietl and Wade. You will be able to see the Common Council chambers, which is the photo you see here as our visitors in the City Common Council chambers. You'll be able to go up to the observation deck. We see beautiful views of the city and the lake. And the mayor's office will also be welcoming visitors this year. Now, yes, this is a public building, and Explore Buffalo actually offers tours of City Hall at 12 noon every weekday. But what's special about this is if, work or school prevent you from coming on our tour on the weekdays, City Hall will be open on a Saturday, so you'll be able to come in and explore this beautiful Art Deco building. Coming back for the second year is the Guarantee Building. Built in 1896 by Adler and Sullivan. Yes, that's Louis Sullivan, the father of the American skyscraper. This is one of Buffalo's most famous buildings. The terracotta exterior itself is something to behold. The first floor museum will be open for you to walk through and learn about the history of the building and about the architects Adler and Sullivan. And I want to thank the law firm Hodgson and Russ, who work in the building, who own the building, as well as our friends at Preservation Buffalo Niagara, who made it possible for this wonderful building to be on the tour. Bringing another one back for a second year is the Buffalo School of Culinary Arts. This is a really fun one. So the building was originally built in 1894 as a multi-story horse stable, and it has been converted into a high school, a culinary arts high school. And the students of the school will be giving guided tours of the building, and they will also have a great kids activity. As you can see here, this is actually my family, my husband, my daughter, and my niece. They have a cookie decorating activity in their art room. So be sure to bring your kids. This year, we're excited to have the Buffalo Maritime Center's Erie Canal Boat Seneca Chief replica that will be actually leaving Buffalo on, I believe, September 22nd or 23rd. So this is your chance to get up close and see the boat. You'll be able to walk through on it. They'll be doing some dockside demonstrations before the boat sets sail along the Old Erie Canal to New York City. And it is a replica of the first boat that sailed on the Erie Canal. The photo here is actually from last June when we were celebrating the bicentennial of General Lafayette's visit to Buffalo. He came in on the Seneca Chief. So this was him arriving. It was a really cool, exciting event. One of our sponsors, Simonelli, has several buildings on the tour, including the Sinclair Apartments, originally built in 1909 by Eisenwein and Johnson. And their staff will be giving you a guided tour of one of the vacant apartments. And this is actually right next door to the downtown library. The Michigan Street African American Heritage Corridor will be having several of their buildings open, including their headquarters building, where they have a traveling Smithsonian exhibit on display that was actually extended especially for Doors Open. It was supposed to go till September 19th, and they are able to be open and show the exhibit on September 20th. So please be sure to check that out. And then back down to Canal Side, this is a new addition this year. This is the Waterway of Change exhibit at Canal Side, and it is curated by the Buffalo History Museum. And you get to learn about the history of the Erie Canal in some really cool interactive exhibits. Another one of our sponsors, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, will have their floor at Seneca One open. Now, we have had Seneca One open before for Doors Open Buffalo, but we have not had Highmark's floor open before. That's all the way up on the 36th floor. You will get amazing views of Buffalo, and they also are going to be hosting some family-friendly games. So be sure to bring your kids to that one as well. And finally, we have here the Avant building, and that is another one of our sponsors' buildings. That is Uniland building. They did renovations on this 1971 building, and you will be able to enjoy a guided tour up to the 10th floor to see stunning views of Lake Erie. I wanted to talk about the two trails that we are featuring this year. If you are bringing your kids, we have what we call our family-friendly trail, which is sponsored by C-SAAHN. And the list of the family-friendly buildings are listed here, including the downtown library that you see in the photo here. And each of these buildings will host a kid-friendly activity. So be sure to bring your kids. They'll get to learn about Buffalo history and architecture, and they'll be able to do some fun activities as well. So I mentioned the School of Culinary Arts will be hosting a cookie decorating activity. The downtown library is going to have a button making activity. Ellicott Square is going to do a scavenger hunt. So lots of fun things you can do with your family on September 20th. And one of the biggest questions that we get on September 20th is, where can I eat? So the downtown restaurants that will be open on September 20th are all listed on our website on doorsopenbuffalo.org. This is just a handful of the ones that will be open. You'll see that some of them are offering special discounts to our Doors Open visitors on September 20th. Some of them are located within the buildings that are participating on the tour. So for example, Auralia Mexican Cuisine, they are in the Brisbane building, which is participating. Explore and More Children's Museum is participating, and their Lowbridge Cafe will be open. The Lunchbox is in the Lafayette Court building. Prova is in 4050 Fountain Plaza. So you have plenty of places to get some lunch or grab a coffee. Now, how do you attend Doors Open Buffalo? So we do require a free registration on our website. And the reason we require that is that it helps us to speed the entry into our buildings, so you don't spend your day waiting in lines to get into buildings. And we also like to collect zip code data, and that's for our future marketing efforts, so we know who to reach out to, as well as to prospective funders. They like to know where our visitors are coming from. You will get a confirmation email. Please keep that email either printed out or keep it in your inbox. When you arrive at Doors Open on September 20th, you will need to show that email in order to get your admission bracelet. You can take a look on our website at the participating buildings, so you can plan your day ahead of time. And then on September 20th, you can start at any participating location. Every participating location will have the Doors Open paper maps as well as a wristband. So you show your confirmation email, you get your wristband and your map, and your wristband is your admission into all the other participating buildings, except for our time ticket buildings where you do need to do an extra registration, which is also free. And so that, yes, as I mentioned, there will be a paper map that you can use, but we also have a Google map on our website. And we will, when the paper map is ready, which will be soon, we will put a PDF of that map up on our website so you can have that ahead of time. We do still need volunteers for our event. We cannot do this event without our amazing volunteers that staff all of the buildings and help our visitors out. We have half-day shifts available. So you can do a shift in the morning or a shift in the afternoon, and then you still have the rest of the day to see the rest of the event in the other buildings. You can sign up alongside friends and family. When you do register, there is a section that says you can list who you'd like to volunteer with, and we will schedule you with them. The morning shifts are from 9:30 to 1. The afternoon shifts are 12:30 to 4. You can do a full day if you want to from 9:30 to 4, and we will give you a lunch break. This gives you the opportunity to be an ambassador for Buffalo to our thousands of visitors. Last year, we hosted 5,300 visitors at Doors Open, as well as in 2023. We had 5,300 visitors for Doors Open that year as well. So you'll see a lot of people downtown. You get to meet people from all over. You get to spend a day inside of one of the historic buildings downtown and learn more about it. If you'd like to volunteer, you can register on our website, explorebuffalo.org/doorsopenbuffalo, or you can shoot me an email, Suzanne@explorebuffalo.org, and I will help you to get signed up. We'd love to see you on September 20th. And once you do sign up, we will assign you to a specific building, and we do have a volunteer orientation that you can come to, so you'll be prepared for the day. Sorry, that's a blank. There we go. So this is a little of a wordy slide, but if you wanted to take a screenshot, so you have this information, it's also on our website, but I wanted to really provide you with this information. So these are the most frequent questions we get asked. How many buildings can I visit? The average visitor sees between 5 and 8 buildings in one day. If you miss some of your favorites, we will be back again next year, and many of the same buildings will return the following year. How do I get around the event? All buildings are within a 1-mile radius of the Buffalo Convention Center. We suggest parking your car and then walking the entire event. It's a great way to get your steps in, or you can check out the NFTA's public transportation schedule, their light rail, and their bus. Is it a guided tour? No, it is not a guided tour. It is a self-guided, choose your own adventure experience. You can go at your own pace. You can choose what buildings in what order you'd like to see. There are some locations that are offering guided tours, and that information will be on our website. Each participating building has its own page on our website. So you'll be able to determine if those buildings give a guided tour. How do I find out more information about the building I'm visiting? So our wonderful volunteers will have some information to share with you about the building. And if you go onto our website, as I mentioned, each building has its own web page on the website, and you'll find much more details there about the buildings that are on the tour. How do I know if the building is wheelchair accessible or stroller accessible or has public restrooms available? So on the paper map you'll receive on September 20th, buildings that are wheelchair and stroller accessible will have an H icon next to them. And those that are offering public restrooms will have an R icon next to them. And this is all noted on each building's webpage as well. May I take interior photos of buildings? So yes, most buildings do allow you to take interior photography, but there are a handful that cannot offer that. So please either check on the building's webpage, or when you arrive at the building, you can ask a volunteer if you are allowed to take photos. If you do have more questions that are not on our FAQ list, Explore Buffalo will have an information hub in the lobby of the Buffalo Convention Center at 153 Franklin Street all day. We'll be there to help you get checked in and to answer any questions you have. You can pick up your paper map there, or you can pick it up at any participating location on September 20th. And then as part of our family-friendly trail, we will also have kids' passports available. And they are little booklets that have all of our family-friendly locations on them. And each one that a child visits, they can get a sticker saying that they have been to that site. If you'd like to learn more about Explore Buffalo, here's our website. We hope to see you on September 20th if doors open Buffalo, and we hope to see you on some of our tours this year. And that is the conclusion of my presentation.
And a good presentation indeed. Suzanne, thank you very much. Here, let's get our picture back here. The one question, maybe mention it, but parking is still free downtown on Saturdays, isn't it?
Yes, so pretty much everywhere is free parking on Saturdays downtown, but please always check the street signs just to double check.
Sure. They
We don't
haven't
want you
changed
getting a
those.
parking ticket. So.
And the other, there was that terrible fire next to the Guarantee Building. I thought for a month or so ago, it was questionable whether it would be open. That's good news for my ears. That's got to be a popular site.
Yes, that is excellent news that they're coming along with the renovations after the fire. And that's something that we've been monitoring closely with Hodgson Russ as well as Preservation Buffalo Niagara. And I'm so glad that they are able to welcome visitors on September 20th.
Well, that is good. But very proud to be the children's family-friendly tour. And I'm wondering, they get stamped at some level, like a passport of some sort, don't they?
Yes.
Is there great joy in hitting all the spots? Did you say 10 of them, 11, something in that order?
Yes. Yeah, last year was the first year that we introduced the children's passport. Oh no, this is actually the third year that we introduced the children's passport. And yeah, it's definitely very popular with the kids. It keeps them engaged with the tour. And we're really glad to be able to provide that.
And it sort of keeps people, the family moving along, and yet having activities, virtually everyone that their families can participate in. So
yes.
Well done. Well done. All right, Hazen, let's see if you've gotten some questions in.
Hi, so I have not received any questions, but this is a good moment to note that we are at 1.
We are, and but I noticed in the chat box, I thought there were some things that it's indicating at least something had come in. I thought maybe you put out some links. All right, well, I appreciate that notification. We're trying to keep these nice and tight so that Suzanne, I will go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. It's a privilege, as I say, to be involved with Explore Buffalo, and especially this one free event that I trust people in Western New York will tell others about, and take advantage of a free day. A lot of volunteers involved, and I trust you'll keep attracting many more good volunteers. So folks, thank you for joining us today for this special episode. Hope you'll come back next week, Tuesday, September 9th, on Zoom, where we will be joined by Paris Roselli and Patrick Ryan, who are president and the cultural curator, respectively, of the Richardson Olmsted campus and Lipsey Architecture Center, Buffalo. Now they'll be providing an update on the Lipsey Architecture Center, Buffalo. Much has been happening, much has begun to happen. They exist today. You can see the exhibit on the ground floor of the Richardson Towers, where the hotel is and dining rooms. So take that in now. It's open to the public during 7 days a week. In the meantime, thanks for joining us. I'm Dennis Galucki. Have a good day and be well.